Hi everyone, it's Caroline. Thank you for joining me today. I am doing the Hillside Heart Prompts week 15. And instead of taking the whole deck with me because I have limited space, I took out two random cards. I have not looked on the back. I'm going to choose one of these cards for today's heart prompts. And I'm going to choose that one. So I'll put this one back in the bag, and this will be for the last one on our voyage. And today's prompts are Moon by Cree Rama and Something That Makes You Smile, contributed by Dale S2944. Thank you very much for your contributions. Moon and Something That Makes You Smile. But I think what I'll do now is I'll search for something, and I did get some brochures from one of our stops, so I will use that. See if there's anything that is moon. I can draw the moon. Hope everyone is having a great day so far. There's going to be some good images in here though for other art. So far it's all daytime photos, but you never know, there might be a moon somewhere. I'll look in my bag because I'm going to empty this and share with you. Maybe we'll find something together. See if I have anything that is the moon. Oh, this could be possible. A black construction paper, that would be a good thing. Here, some glassine. My own art that I made. Glasses, oh yeah. Oh, here's some stamps that I was missing. Well, they're not missing, they're right here. I don't think anything on here says the moon. And I didn't bring anything to stamp with, so I could do some watercolor stamping. Oh, that might be fun. That would make me smile. A random, oh, okay. Flowers, oh, that's pretty. There's some of the stamping tin. I wonder if there's a moon on here. That would be really fun. This is from a National Geographic that I received for free, and it's a bird that I scuffed up and took the gloss off, the finish. The other thing I didn't bring was my Hillside Heart journal, but I'll do it on a, like I could do it on this envelope, or I could take one of these cards and do it. Well, I was starting to put these things away, and I found this leftover words that I had printed out, and I can't believe it. It says, "The big moon shines in the sky." That is going to be, I'm going to cut that out right now. Can't believe it. There's that lady. Oh, maybe this lady can be in here. I have on this side my own arrangement. I am going to use this colorful envelope. This was an envelope from many years ago. A card that was addressed from our granddaughter, or from our daughter, sorry, to my mom, her granddaughter. And I'm going to make my scruffy or shabby envelope. I'm going to take off the edge, make it scruffy and shabby, working with what I have, and that is a lot of fun for me, trying to come up with something. So this is, first step is to get the shabby. If you want, you can make it very even and neat and tidy. I think what I'll do here is give it a little more shabbiness. on the edge. I'm going to try and transform this so that it's not completely purple fuchsia. I'm just going to have hints of that. So it'll have a card in here, which is perfect. This will fit in here. This will be one of my cards. I think I'll put the first one in here, like that. Yeah, that'll be good. I'm going to use the birds that I just shared, that I brought with me, and I'm going to put them across the bottom of the inside of the envelope. Scuff up the edges here a little bit. Parts of this to give me something at the top. Then I want to put something behind it. I'll use one of these. I'll use the glassine bag for the bottom. That'll be fun. Down there. So maybe I won't do a, oh, I wonder if I should do a ruffle. It's so hard to know. I'd like to see the number 52. That could go on top. Take a little chunk out of there. Got a little bit peeking out. This one here. I didn't bring anything to ink, so I'll just have to use either something in the paint palette. I'm also going to use, I'm going to see if I can dull some of this color down a little bit with my white paint. Don't know if it'll work, but I will try. I don't want to make it very wet though, because this is glue stick. That'll be great. A little bit of a chalky look. I have room for this. I have this pocket and this pocket. And on the bottom here, I can put some more of my, I can put a little bit of this down here. on the edge. That's just enough there. And then I have to move onto the front. Maybe it would be fun if I could find something that is from where we have visited so far. So I could look through my magazines and find some really pretty photos. Some pretty flowers. Yes, I'm going to use that stamp. Maybe the cigar band. It's a huge one, but I think that would work. And then the other thing I can do is I can use my, wet my finger a little bit. Maybe put a bit of the paint on here just so it's not so shiny. I like that. That can go up here. Now she is in black and white. So how can I make her a little more colorful? It's really colorful, it's pretty. Cigar, maybe I don't need the cigar. I love that stamp. I'm going to keep that. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, I like the cigar bands. I don't need to see the cigar. I'm going to tear that out. Watercolor again. I'm going to use a little bit of the brown here. See if that does anything. I'm going to do a little bit more of this. And it's watercolor, so it'll come off the desk after I'm finished. So that's going to go there. I like the colors on that. And then on this side, maybe she can be over here. Just keep dipping my finger into the water. Crunch the sides a bit. I'm going to put this lady down. Show a little bit of the blue under here. That would be fun. Yeah, right there. Worn. I'm going to put on the bird stamp. And another thing I have is this scrap piece of napkin or doily. I'm gonna see if I can take off some pieces of that. I'm just using my glue stick for all of this so far. It might change to my other glue, but it's working out pretty good right now. I'm just going to put it up in the corner. I'm overlapping. I'm scrunching some of the corners in so that to continue with that worn, traveled look. I went ahead and I tore off the little lacy part up here from this fabric. I'm going to put it on the corner so that it's kind of laying over or hanging over the edge, and then I'm going to put the big moon shines in the sky, and I'm going to do it this way. It makes me think of the big moon on the ocean. A tropical moon. Tattered. Something a little different other than white or off-white, antique white for the background. A lot going on in this, and I have to do the back. Just taking apart this envelope, I'm going to use this on the back to cover up this color. I'm just skimming it. Maybe this is a good tip. Throw in some of your tea or coffee stained papers, envelopes, and then you can alter them as you like. I don't even have to take off any of this down here because it's being camouflaged with the little bit of overhang of the this cellophane bag. Basically going to cover this all up, but you know, I get the background. It's all part of it. And if there's a little bit of the text showing, that's okay. And I took the rest of the piece that I just trimmed off. I'm going to put it up here. It's so fun to do this. And I think what I'll do here is put a piece of cotton right on the edge. I'll continue up here. I'm going to kind of went a little bit longer. I'm keeping it messy looking because it's traveled a long way. I can still open up my pocket, so that's great, and I have this one. And so what I'm going to put in there is the card's going to go in the first one. That fits, so I'll use this. This is where it would be really fun to have a sewing machine. I'm going to try a stamp. How about this one up here? Well, let me do this color. I guess that is the theme. Well, I don't know what that's going to look like. Not too bad. Oops. Oh. Little splatter. I wasn't thinking of that. Just grabbed another piece of scrap. This was some scrapbook paper. Cutting out one of these flowers from a postcard. And I think I'm going to put this over here. And then I have a couple of words from my, this little word page. I'm going to pretend this is lesson 13. For no reason, for no reason. Upon a shore, I like that. We will be upon many shores. I'm going to put artist lesson 13, upon a shore. And then what I'll do is I'll write, because this is week 15. I have lesson 13, but, so week 15, lesson 13. Of course, none of these things make any sense, which is what I like about it. That's what makes me smile. All of this. Being able to tell stories. I have my own adventure stories. Incorporate those. I like the way that card turned out. And I'm going to write a little something on there. And then here is my prompts for this week. And I'm going to use this tab. I'll do it right now. Over here. Goes right in here. And then for this pocket, well, I quickly stuck together two of the postcards that come in your magazines. And that is too big, but I can cut it. And it might be even it's too big this way. So I'll cut, see if it fits now. Okay, so it just fits. I can take off a little bit more. Actually, I could probably go straighter. That works out. Oh, that fits perfectly. Actually, I gotta make sure, I do have to make sure. So that's where it fits. I just happen to have this lined paper. I have my journaling spot. I'm going to write about what makes me smile so far on this trip, this voyage. I think I'll use this side. And I'm going to, I just decided, I'm going to take this up all the way here. Just fold it up. My fear is that I'll run out of glue, but I think I have enough. I have another glue stick. I happen to just throw that in at the last minute. You can still see some of the writing, but not enough to distract me. I wonder if I can put some of this up here. See what I have left. Use my Sharpie to do the edges. This is week 15's prompts. Moon, and something that makes you smile. I decided to take this purple envelope that you can only see a little bit from it and turn it into a pocket, a raggedy, shabby pocket. I used some of my Bermuda Traveler's catalog and cut up some of the images on there. Used some of my white, which isn't white anymore, but the white paint, just to give a little bit on the edge. I also took some of the shine off of the pages with the white paint, tore up some of my fabric for the edge. The moon part of this is in here. The big moon shines in the sky, and I thought that was so appropriate because of where we are on the ocean, and it shines in the sky and reflects in the ocean. And then I added some of this bird that was already in, everything is in the pouch. Postcard. On the back, I also used some more of my own little design that I put on, added some more fabric. And then my card, I splattered and I did a label with my watercolor on top of a cut up or torn up stained envelope. And that was my journaling card for this pocket. And then my journaling card for the second pocket, I added some of my ledger paper on top of there. I did my journaling, did some journaling here, added some more of the other part of this postcard paper, and all I have left from that is this piece of paper. And then I edged it with some of the fabric, the torn fabric. And I love the threads. I love the look, the layers. It feels really good. This week's Hillside Heart Prompts. Thanks everyone for joining me today. I really appreciate it. I hope this inspires you. I always hope to inspire to use your scraps, take out your catalogs and your travel brochures, anything that you have to create. You never know what's going to pop up. Like this here with the moon, that was amazing. It was perfect for today's prompts. Thank you for liking, sharing, and subscribing. I really appreciate it. Always be adventurous and stay fresh. See you in the next video. Bye for now.